Hey traders, Mike Sir here. Welcome to my weekly Trader Psychology live stream series where I help you with the trader mindset. And the most important part of trading is your ability to think clearly and also be able to manage your emotions. All right, today we are going to talk about the concept or the topic of failure is not an option. And maybe you guys have heard this type of saying before, is that when you are put against the wall, when you are put in a scenario where you really have nothing to lose, you don't have, you've hit rock bottom, you don't have any um, um, challenge or sorry, any type of optimism, you don't have anything that your life is basically at the bottom. So once you reach that stage, there's nothing but to go up. So when you get to that scenario where you feel like you failed in everything, that's actually when you hit rock bottom. And that's also when there's a scenario where there's nothing more to fail, and or there is nothing to risk in terms of at the stage, in terms of your life, in terms of your trading career, in terms of where you're at. So that means that you reached a point where failure is not an option anymore. There's no more options. And therefore, when you have that type of mindset, things actually turn out much better for you. All right, so let's get started. All right, just a normal disclaimer. Please consult your financial advisor before making financial decisions. All right, so I kind of started off this live stream with the saying of, failure is not an option, or there's no option to fail. Obviously, I put it in a scenario where it's kind of extreme, right? Where you've hit rock bottom, or you've been put in a scenario where you think that there's nothing left to go even lower. Your life can't get any worse, or your trading can't get any worse. And things can only improve from there. Again, that's a very, very extreme type of scenario. But I kind of wanted to talk about it in a scenario where you should hold yourself to a high standard. Okay? And what do I mean by that is that you have certain expectations, you have certain things that you expect from yourself, certain financial goals, certain financial objectives, a certain way that you want to live your life, or a certain lifestyle, right? So when you hold yourself to specific standards, then you don't let yourself go lower than that. So, for example, let's just say that you hold your standard to being able to be fit and not overweight or underweight. So, and you have a certain standard that you set for yourself, so that when you do get overweight, or you do get a little you gain some pounds, you exercise or eat healthier. Or when you are underweight, you eat more nutritious stuff to get yourself back to that particular standard, right? Or just in terms of appearance, you don't want to look like a slob. You don't want to project to the world that you look like, you don't take care of yourself. So it's very, very similar in terms of trading, is that you want to hold yourself to a specific standard that you are able to make money or profits from trading. You don't want to be put in a scenario where you're kind of saying give up, or you're lazy, or you just don't have any ambition anymore, perhaps due to the fact that you lost money, or you didn't have any success, whatever that reason is. You should hold yourself to that specific standard. And that's kind of how I turn my trading around, and also, I'm inspired every single day, and I hope to inspire you guys, is that I have a certain level of expectations that I want from trading. So therefore, because I'm here on the on the Pacific Standard Time is that when I look at the U.S. markets, I wake up at the market opens here at 6:30, so I have to be up by 5:30, and sometimes it's tough. It's tough to wake up early, especially when I first started. I was not a morning person, so I held myself to a standard where even if I didn't feel that well, I would push myself to wake up every morning, right? Uh, and you have to have the drive. You have to have the focus and the drive to succeed and to hold yourself to that standard that you got to get up, right? Things like that. So what I want to do in this live stream, I kind of blabbed on a little bit, is I want to help you put yourself in a scenario where there's no option to fail. And when you have no option to fail, the only way or only direction is actually success. So first off, I have here removal of the money mindset. And again, I talked about a little bit about this before, is if you remove the money aspect, if you remove the financial aspect in terms of trading, okay, just move it aside for now. I'm not talking about not focusing on it. Remove it aside. It'll clear your mind and allow you to be able to just focus on finding the right opportunity that will go in your direction. Okay, don't focus on how much you make. Don't focus on how much or financially you'll be affected by that trade. Look for those opportunities, and then when you look for those opportunities, when you don't focus on the money aspect, you will succeed. And what I mean by that is that you don't let money affect your trading decisions. So normally you would look for a scenario where the market will go in your direction. And when you do that, the money will actually come in and flow in. Okay, so remove that money mindset. And then once you're able to do that, then you're able to think clearly, not have actually money affect you. And actually, one thing I'll just kind of talk about today is, this past week when I was day trading, I was looking at my P&L, right? I shouldn't be looking at my P&L when I got into a trade until it reached my target price, right? Or until I protected my loss. But I did look at it, and then suddenly, the number, was quite high in my mind, right? When it has the profit, but it never reached my target price yet. And I had to stop myself from exiting that position with that profit, right? And in actuality, it never actually reached my target price, but I stopped myself from limiting myself in terms of that potential profit, just because the money aspect affected my mindset. Okay. The second thing, passion for the markets. You got to really love what you do. If you don't love what you do, it feels like work. It feels like you're being pressured to do something that you don't like. You feel such dread to do it. You feel like, again, for example, you wake up early in the morning for what, right? You don't really like the market. You don't really have a passion for it. You just, I have to get up because I got to work today. I have to watch the markets. So really sometimes ask yourself, do you really have that passion for it? And it's very, very rare to find successful traders who are not passionate about it. And you could sort of say, well, that's easy for you to say, Mike, because you have a passion for markets, and it's hard when you got to pay the bills every month. You got to feed yourself, all that stuff, right? Screw passion. But I will tell you that if you have passion for something, it's sometimes a differentiating factor between successful and not so successful, or extremely successful and successful, because the passion that you have, it's not, you're not forced to do something. You don't have to put this extra effort to do it, because you do it because you love it. You do it because you enjoy it. You do it because It's not just purely the financial rewards that you're doing it for. And again, it's easy to say that you should always have passion for what you do in your work, and blah blah blah. Then you become successful. Yeah, it's easy to say that, but honestly, trading, as I said in other previous live streams, it's not an easy profession. There's volatilities, there's emotional ups and downs, there's no guaranteed profit, there's no easy. It's not an easy profession to even make a decent living. So if you don't love it, it's a challenge for you to keep fighting and to become good at that. Okay. Third thing, the drive to succeed. Again, a little bit in terms of the passion, but it's really sometimes the little things that you do, the things that you it's your determination, it's your drive, it's when you face failure. And again, I've seen so many people who I was trading with or helping out or training in the last 2 years. Some of them aren't trading anymore. Okay, they gave up. They gave up because last year a lot of them blew up their accounts, or many of them lost money, or just figured, oh, you know what, pandemic's over, now I'll do my other stuff. Right now, I'll try something else. They don't have that drive. They gave up. They're and again, it's not saying that maybe they realized that it's trading wasn't their passion, right? Maybe it's just money making for them, and now that's not making money, so therefore they're not doing it anymore. But I would say that if you started this trading journey, you invested your time, you put tuition money, meaning you lost money and you learn from that, you put a lot of effort into it, and then you give up, it's a waste, right? And obviously, it's not a waste if you determine that it's not what you want to do, but if it's something that you really want to do and you give up, then it's a waste. It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of your money. So you got to fight, you got to continue. And maybe if you're losing, well, don't trade real money. If it's not working for you, it's not, you're trading real money and you're not making money, then get back into a demo account, get back to paper trading. You're still trading, but you're just not using real money. And then once you see that you're making money again on a paper trading account, then you can use real money. But you got to have that drive. You got to have that determination. You got to have the saying of never giving up, or don't give up. And therefore, if you can pass that hump, then you'll have lesser and lesser challenges. But it's really the first couple years, and I've maybe seen some of my YouTube shorts where if you can pass 2 years in trading, and I'm talking about trading not just full time, but really focusing on improving your trading craft. If you can get over those 2 years, then it's going to be much easier. Number 4, do whatever it takes. Have you been in a scenario where you want something so badly, you want to succeed in something so badly, you set yourself a specific financial goal or a specific goal, and you say to yourself, I have to achieve that. Like, you're laser focused, you're driven, you're hungry, and you basically have the mindset, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And this is exactly the mentality that I want you guys to get to. Is I was in a scenario, and again, you've maybe heard my story before, is I was in a scenario where I quit my job. I had rent to pay. I wasn't making money. I was losing money. And I could easily have given up on trading at that time. But I didn't, because I was saying I got to do whatever it takes. And what I did is I didn't go back to getting full time job, but I just did other jobs, right? Other side jobs to just pay the bills, right? Just do whatever it takes to ensure that my mind was still focused on trading, improving my trading craft, right? So I never gave up. I still obviously had to pay the bills. I still had to, feed myself. So I moved back into my parents' place, right? I got rid of my car, so then I had some capital to trade with, and I lived a very simple lifestyle, kept my expenses very low, and I got some side jobs, right, to help pay the bills, and I just kept at it, and then finally, trading started becoming successful or profitable for me, and then therefore I didn't need to do those side jobs, right, and then suddenly it became more and more successful. Then I was able to buy a car, right? I was able to move out of my parents' place. So that's what I did. I did whatever it took for me to succeed. And that's why I'm here talking to you and sharing with you that type of mindset. Next one, I kind of talked about this, the focus to learn and improve. So when I had the do whatever it took mentality, my focus was very, very laser, like I had laser focus. I didn't let any distractions affect me. Like I had a lot of things going on in my life, but I ignored it. Right? I had a lot of friends who wanted to ask me to go out and all that stuff. I said no. Friday, Saturday night, I stayed home, looking at the charts, improving. Right? I was a very social person at that time. I had a lot of friends, but I cut it out. I was laser focused on achieving my goal. And again, similar to what I said earlier, I did whatever it took so that I'm not distracted by other things going on in my life. My focus was how can I keep improving my trading? And again, at that time, there was no YouTube. This was in early 2000s. There's no YouTube. How did I learn? I learned from reading books. I learned from going to seminars. I learned to go to workshops. I learned from meeting other like-minded traders. So the focus was there was no option to fail, right? Or the focus was how can I keep improving my trading? Okay, next thing, positive attitude. And for some of you who watch all my streams and videos, like you can tell I'm a very optimistic and very positive person. So to me, having a positive attitude is second nature. But for those who don't, is you got to have something to look forward to every day. I know sometimes, trading certain days are not good, but you have to have hope. You have to have a good attitude. If you just say, "Oh yeah, I lost money today. Yeah, I'm a terrible trader. I suck. I can't make money." Not saying, you're trying to be optimistic, like, a fake optimism, but sometimes you got to trick yourself. You trick your brain to feel more positive. You have to have something to look forward to. Yes, today trading wasn't that good, but hey, tomorrow it might be better. Tomorrow is going to be better, right? I just have to I just have to improve. I just have to learn. I just have to improve my skills. I just need to be able to capture the problem. Whatever reason or whatever things that you made a mistake on, I just need to improve. And I'll get there, right? And that's also the same mentality as not giving up. Because if you have a positive attitude, actually positive things will flow to you. And again, some of you may say, well, positivity is a bunch of horse crap, all that stuff. But quite frankly, yes, if you don't believe that, then you're just letting negative thoughts flow to you. And I know there are people who are always positive, right? They don't like any negativity. I'm not saying, to just be fake and it's not real, but to only have positive thoughts, and the negative thoughts that you have, don't let it dwell. Right? Obviously, there's certain things that are not positive, and you say to yourself, okay, well, yes, I lost money. Yes, I made certain mistakes today, but I vow to not make those same mistakes tomorrow when I trade or on the next trade. I'm not going to make those same mistakes. Last thing, and it's something that inspires me, right? It's something that I hope to again inspire you, is to achieve greatness, to achieve a life that you deserve, to be able to experience trading success, experience hitting that home run trade, making a lot of money, um, having unlimited financial potential. Right? Think bigger. Think not in terms of, okay, I'm just going to make a few bucks here, or I'm just going to be able to, make a few percent or 10% or 20%, whatever, right? But look at this as a journey that you can achieve. And quite frankly, it's a profession that has unlimited potential. You can achieve greatness. I mean, I've profiled so many successful traders. They're no different from us. They're no different. They're humans, right? Their mindset might be different, right? Their access to capital may be a little bit different, right? But some stories of traders who didn't have a lot of money and then made a lot of money. So achieve greatness. Achieve something in your life that you can look back and say, wow, I achieved that, or I made such a huge financial, or I met and achieved a huge financial goal and result, and I'm really, really proud of that. Right? So think of all these things and put yourself in a mentality is there's no option to fail. Failure is not an option. All you can look for is look forward. Okay? Move forward. Don't dwell on the past. Learn from your mistakes, but hold yourself to the highest standard that you will not fail. Okay? Hold yourself to a certain standard that you will not lose more than X amount. Okay? Once you do, stop trading. Reassess. Try again. Hold yourself to that standard. And then as you gain more confidence, your standards will increase. Then you say to yourself, this slogan of failure is not an option, or no option to fail, it's already passed, right? Because it's already ingrained in you. So I hope this gives you some more insights. It's more about getting you to achieve this type of mindset. And if you can get to achieving this mindset that you cannot fail, then if you can't fail, what's the other option? It's success. All right, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this or any comments, and I'll go through that with you. All right. Richard. Hey, Richard. Brian, good morning to you as well. Size down. Yeah. Until you have trading success, reduce the position sizing, right? And a lot of people I work with, and it will say, well, if you size down, let's just say you're used to trading with 1,000 shares, now you're trading with 100 shares. Well, when I win, I don't win that much. But it's first getting you to a scenario where you're not losing anymore, right? So when you don't lose anymore, is like I said, it's failing. When you're not failing anymore, when you're not losing that much anymore, then what happens? Then you start having success. Now, it may not be big success, right? Because you're trading with small amounts. Hey, but it is success. So how do you build upon success? Instead of now trading with 100 shares, you trade 200 shares, right? Then you trade 400, 500, right? 600, 1,000, right? And so forth. Like trading is a scalable business. When you're doing well, just trade bigger. And obviously, again, you need more capital, trade with margin, right? Again, if you are already doing well, why wouldn't you trade with margin? And a lot of people, they crap on me and say, well, high risk, you're teaching people how to use margin, leverage, and, 100 times to 1, 200 times, whatever, right? Those things. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that once you have stopped failing, once you have stopped losing money, and you're succeeding bit by bit, having success, you want to achieve big success, then you use the tools that are available to you or that the broker has given to you, right? Not telling you when you're not having success, then, or you're having failures and you're also using leverage, right? Use the tools to exponential or multiply your success. Brian also says trade tiny size until consistent. Yes, absolutely. Brian says positivity is important for mental health in my view. Yeah, I can't completely agree with you, Brian. And I know I've worked with many people who it's not saying that they are negative people, they're have negative attitudes. It's just they're not like an optimistic person. They're people who, just that, right? Not emotional. They just kind of go through life. And sometimes I gotta provide a little bit of a jolt, find out what's important to them, right? For example, some of them, it's not just about making money, but it's more about spending time with their family. Well, if you don't have, you have to face the realities. If you don't have a strong financial stability, you don't have that. You can't spend that much time or with your family because you need to make money to support your family, right? It's just the reality. So figure out things that drive you, right? If it's spending more time with your family, it's with your loved one, or being able to travel, all those things cost money. And therefore, you need to be able to get to that financial situation where you are able to achieve that. So then that drives you, right? That positivity drives you, that optimism to spend more time with your family because that makes you happy. And then if you're happy, things open up. And have you thought in a scenario where on a certain day that you're not feeling well, you just can't think, right? You have a cloud over your head. You're not able to think straight. Your trading is not doing well. You can't really, but there are time periods where you're very optimistic, like positive, you're open-minded. So then you can see things become a lot clearer. So that's why having a positive attitude definitely helps you tremendously. All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Richard. And Samuel says, please, is it okay to trade all kinds of markets or a specific one? Not really related to this live stream, but I will say to you, Samuel, is you should focus, right? And it's just like, for example, how do you become good at something? Well, you spend a lot of time on it, you focus on it, and you really learn everything about that market. So that's why focus on one particular market, focus on one type of trading instrument, asset class, and also could be strategy as well. Once you've mastered it, once you get good at that, once you get like very specific, good at something, then you can learn something else. But for you to try to, let me dabble in crypto, let me dabble in currencies, let me dabble in this trading strategy, let me try this type of technical setup, let me look at fundamental research, right? Even if you're doing this full time, it's a lot to handle. So therefore, do it step by step. That's the only way that you can succeed. All right, guys. I think that is it. If there's no more questions, next week, I'm going to talk about some mindset hacks for you, right? Why the mind matters so much in trading. I'll talk about specific things. First of all, if you follow my channel for a while, attending all these streams, you obviously know the mindset is very, very important. So you know why it matters so much in trading, right? Because everything is, you're not doing anything, a physical activity. It's not manual labor, right? It's white collar work, right? When I mean by white collar is basically it's here, right? Your mindset. So I'll talk about some mindset hacks that will help you remove a lot of negativity, will allow you to be a little bit more focused, allow you to have a lot more concentration, allow you to be able to see things a lot clearer. Because the profession that you are doing or you're in terms of trading the financial markets, it's all about you trying to hunt for that opportunity, for you to analyze that opportunity, for you to be able to recognize that opportunity, for you to execute that opportunity once that opportunity appears. So it's nothing to do with you physically clicking buttons. It's for you to be able to clear your mind so that you can find those type of opportunities that can help you make a profit. So next week, I'm going to talk about that with you. So make sure you guys attend that. All right, guys, thank you so much for spending your Sunday with me, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a great weekend.